guys, okay, so this is my first book review, so bear with me because I've never really done a book review before, so I'm kind of nervous, but I really like the series I just read, so I definitely want you guys to know what I think about it. And the series, or book, I guess I'm reviewing today, is the series The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. And it's a trilogy, so it's The Summer I Turned Pretty, then it's Not Summer Without You, which I don't have that book, and then the last one is We'll Always Have Summer. We'll Always Have Summer. And so it's a trilogy, like I said, and it's definitely a very good summary book, for sure. You definitely want to read it during the summertime. It's not all fun and games, though. There's a bit dramatic to it, I guess you could say. There's a love triangle. That was my attempt to make a triangle, but we'll just go with it. And it's definitely worth checking out. So I definitely give this like a 5. Well, I guess I can rate each book as it goes on. The first book I give a 4 out of 5 because, you know, it was really good introducing all the characters. And this book is basically about this girl right here named Belly. Belly is 15 in this book. She's going to turn 16 by the end of summer, which is August. And every year, Belly and her mom and her older brother Stephen go to a beach house and cousins with Belly's mom and Belly's mom's, I'm sorry, let me repeat that. Every year, Belly and her mom and Belly's older brother Stephen and Belly's mom's best friend, along with her 2 boys, which are right here. I don't know which one is which. I'm going to say this is Conrad and this is Jeremiah or Jeremy. I don't know. But anyway, so it's Belly, her brother, Belly's mom's best friend, and Belly's 2 sons, which are Conrad and Jeremiah. And Belly and Conrad and Jeremiah and Stephen are all relatively around the same age. Like, you know, 15, I think the oldest one is 18, I think. I'm not sure. Anyway, so the book is basically about the summer there at the beach house, and this book also has flashbacks, so it shows you how she grows up with Conrad and Jeremiah and Stephen and all their memories and all the different things she has, like what she experienced growing up at the Cousins Beach House, because she loves it there so much. Like, I think she looks forward to it every time in the year, and she really loves it. And basically the whole book centers around Belly's love for Conrad, which is the older of the 2 brothers of Belly's mom's best friend, which her name is Suzanne. Sorry, I'll start saying her name. Suzanne's boys. And Belly has always loved Conrad ever since she can remember. She just has this love for him and this crush for him that she just can't describe. And the book is called The Summer I Turned Pretty because I think it's when the boys start finally noticing that Belly's not a little girl anymore. She's coming in quite a catch, and she's pretty, and, you know, they're starting to notice her. And I don't think Belly notices that in the book or not, but this book is definitely a really good book. You know, you learn about the boys. You know, you'll have your favorite, which boy you like. And I'll admit, up until the very middle of the last book, my favorite boy has always been Jeremiah. I know everyone says I like Conrad, but I like Jeremiah because he's a true sweet boy. Okay, so that's the first book. It's basically introducing, and by the end of it, Belly is with Conrad. So sorry, there's spoilers in this video. So if you don't want to know all about the books, don't watch it or stop here. The second book is It's Not Summer Without You, is about the death of Belly's mom's best friend Suzanne, because Suzanne has always battled with cancer and come in remission. It's come back, and this time it came back and it killed her. So this year in this book, they don't go to the beach house because, you know, without Suzanne, I guess it doesn't feel right to go to the beach house. So they, you know, things go on, and Belly and Conrad are dating, or kind of dating, and they break up in this book, and they do eventually go to the beach house because it turns out that Conrad's there, and he's skipping school, I think, and he's there because he wants to save the beach house because Suzanne's husband wants to sell the beach house, and Conrad will not let that happen. And so he goes to save the beach house, and things happen, and this is a very, very heart-wrenching book, the second one for sure. It wrenched my heart. And I would give it a 4 out of 5 again because it was very, very good. It just didn't, I read it really fast. I read it in a day, but it didn't captivate me like 100%. It captivated me about 90%, but not 100%. But going back into the book, so like I said, Belly and Conrad kind of, you know, split. Jeremiah, you know, tells Belly he loves her, and he's always going to love her, and Conrad's not going to be the one for her because he's never going to treat her good enough. And so by the end of the book, I don't remember. Sorry, by the end of the book I know Belly and Conrad are no more, they're not together, and I think at the end of that book is the start of Belly and Jeremiah, you know, and that's their beginning, because she has had her heart broken so many times by Conrad. He's just a very shut off individual. He doesn't like sharing his emotions. He doesn't like people to see who he really is, and Belly just can't take that anymore, you know. She wants all of him. She wants to be able to, you know, see him and not him being so trapped off from her. While the other brother is completely the opposite. He's very open, he's funny, he's just sweet and warm, and you know, Belly says, I don't deserve somebody that's going to be cold to me and somebody's not going to open up their heart to me. She wants somebody that's going to, you know, love her and treat her right. And so that's why she eventually goes with Jeremiah. And I've been really good at, done a very good character analysis. Belly is she's very good. I like her. She's very fiery. She's got a fiery personality, you know. When she wants something said, she's going to say it. And she's very sweet and warm-hearted, though. She's just she's not your typical teenage girl that when she falls in love, it's just going to go, oh my gosh. You know, I think if she has something to say, she's definitely going to say it. So there you go, you know about the three main characters. And then the last book, which was my favorite out of the three, which surprised me because I never usually like, out of any trilogies or sequels, I usually always like the first one the most. But this one, I was surprised. I loved the last one the most. I read this one yesterday, and in like 3 hours, I flew by it because it was just so amazing. It was a really good book. And the start of this book is basically 2 years later from the last one. So Belly's just finishing up her freshman year in college, and Jeremiah's just finishing up his sophomore year in college. And they're together, and they're still in love, and you know, they're both going to the same college. It's going great until the big shocker of the whole book, which I couldn't believe when I read it, is Jeremiah had cheated on her in spring break with another girl that didn't mean anything to him, he says, you know. But that just made Belly insanely sad. You know, who would it make? It would make anybody sad if somebody cheated on their boyfriend of 2 years nonetheless. And so, you know, I think they break up very, very briefly. And then, you know, he says, you know, I'm going to get married to you. Let's get married. And she agrees, and she starts planning a wedding, and it's going to happen in less than 2 months. And her mom does not approve. She says, I will not be any part of this wedding, and it hurts Belly. And then, you know, she doesn't want to stay with her mom anymore because it's going to be so painfully awkward. So she goes back to the beach house, and Conrad's there, just, you know, on his summer vacation. And you can already tell things are starting to ignite, you know, feelings are being, like, had again, and it's just getting awkward. And I'm not going to give too much of this book away because I don't want to be a complete spoiler, but you should just read the book. It really ends with a really sweet, sweet way. The ending was perfect. It's a great story of just love and just the certain feelings you have, because I think this book was a really great book obtaining to first loves. First loves are something you cannot get rid of, and this book just showed that so well. You know, your first love, no matter what, will always stick with you. It'll always be with you. It'll always be in your heart, no matter what. And this book did a great way of showing that. And like I said, I don't want to spoil it all the way. I did like the way it ended. I will admit that. It was a really good ending. And overall, it was just an amazing series. The writing was so well put. I love the flashbacks. And in the second and third book, the author, Jenny Han, also showed not only from Belly's perspective, but from Conrad's perspective in the chapters and Jeremiah's perspective. So we got to see that Conrad wasn't a complete, like, shell of emotion. He had feelings, he just didn't know how to express them that well, or he was trying to keep them in for certain reasons. But like I said, I don't want to be too instantly long with this review, but it was an amazing series, and you definitely want to read it before summer ends. So I would go pick it up right now. Like, you can go right now to the bookstore, or you can go get it on your Kindle, whatever. Or it's not a Kindle, it's a tablet, but whatever works for you. But it's definitely a good read. So overall, I give the series a 5 out of 5 because each book got better as it went, I think. Like, it didn't leave me like I wasn't bored reading these books. I read them super fast, and they're definitely good books. And so that was my first book review. I hope you guys liked it. Sorry for the different background changes. I will be changing backgrounds a lot because I'm just trying to find something that works for me. It may be the first video's background, this background will make, my upstairs bookcase background. Let's just go with it. I'm just going to change it up, whatever we feel like. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.